Hello friends, I am Dr. Ishi from Department of Zoology, Vasantrao Naik, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Shahada. I am here to teach to the T.Y.B.SC Zoology student for the semester 5th. I will teach you Zoology 501 subject Reproductive Endocrinology. Last time we saw the unit number first. Now we will see the unit number second. This will ask to you in examination for 13 marks. So structure, morphology, histology, and reproductive functions of pituitary gland, thyroid, and adrenal gland. Pituitary gland, or it is also called as the hypophysis cerebri, is one of the well protected gland in the body. It is unpaired organ located in the sphenoid bone cavity called sella turcia. This gland is closely applied. The gland is closely applied to the floor of the forebrain hypothalamus and remain attached to its by means of stalk containing nerve fiber and blood vessels. In adult human body, the pituitary gland consists of two lobes called adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. An adjunct to adenohypophysis is pars intermediata. It lies between the adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Pars intermedia is absent in certain mammals such as whale, Indian elephants, and armadillo. The posterior pituitary develop from the brain and remain connected with it by its unfundibular stem. When we see the histological structure of pituitary gland, so pituitary gland is divided into two parts like adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. First we will see the adenohypophysis. Pars distalis consists of a cord of cells separated by fenestrated sinusoids. The cells can be divided into two main types, the chromophores and chromophils. When we see the adenohypophysis, pars distalis consists of cells separated by fenestrated sinusoids. The cells can be divided into two main types like chromophores and chromophils. The chromophores are granular cells, and it is considered that the chromophils are derived from the chromophores. Now chromophils, chromophils are granular cells consist of 50% of the cells of anterior pituitary. Chromophils are further classified as acidophils. These acidophils are 35% and basophils. Basophils are 15%. The chromophores are granular cells, and it is considered that the chromophils are derived from the chromophores. Chromophils, I have told you already. So these are the now chromophils, two types. Chromophils are further classified as acidophils and basophils. Acidophils are 35%. Now acidophils, also called as the alpha cells, the granules of these cells are acidophilic depending on the size of and the nature of granules. The acidophils are further divided into following subtypes: somatotrophs and mammotrophs or lactotrophs. Second one is the basophilic cells. These are also called as the beta cells. These cells are granules or granules of the cells and basophilic. The basophils are also further divided into two functional subtypes like corticotrophs, thyrotrophs, and gonadotrophs. Gonadotrophs are also called as the delta cells. Neurohypophysis. The histological posterior pituitary contain following structure like unmyelinated nerve fibers. These are the axons of the neurons located in the supraoptic and preventicular nuclei of the hypothalamus. All these carry precursor of posterior or pituitary hormones and end as a closer terminus near with the blood capillaries. Second one is the pituocytes. These pituocytes are special types of supporting cells having long dendritic processes. These are present in between the axons. Third one is the glial cell, like astrocytes, astro-like structure. Therefore, these are called as the astrocytes, and astrocytes cytal structure having a glial cells and oligocytic are also seen there. This is the structure of pituitary gland. So upper side, you will see here on the upper side, this is the preventricular nucleus, and this one is the supraoptic nucleus. This is the hypothalamic part. This is the hypothalamic part. Sorry, this is not a hypothalamic part. This is the hypothalamic part. This one is the hypothalamic part, and the stalk-like structure is there. This stalk-like structure is called as the pituitary stalk, and this structure is called as the both these structures are called as the pars tuberalis. Posterior pituitary is here and anterior pituitary is here. Pars intermediata is present in between the posterior pituitary and anterior pituitary. This is the pars intermediata, and outer line is called as the vestigium or Rathek's pouch. The reproductive functions and pituitary glands. First function in the reproduction of the pituitary gland is the secretion of FSH or luteinizing hormone, means follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, both are the gonadotrophins. In human, the adenohypophysis begins to secrete follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone at the age of 10 to the 14th year. In the male, the follicular stimulating promotes the formation of the spermatogenesis in the seminiferous tubules. Sertoli cells secrete a protein hormone inhibin and inhibits follicular stimulating hormone secretion of the testes. The luteinizing hormone in the male stimulate the functions of interstitial cell of the leading cell. The interstitial cells produce testosterone, which is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characters. This includes development of the male reproductive organs, deep voice, growth of beard, maturation of the sperm, and other masculine characteristics. In the female, it is also play an important role in the male reproductive system. Under the influence of follicular stimulating hormone, fluid-filled follicle is formed around the egg cell in the ovary. Follicular stimulating hormone also helps to induce to ripen the follicles. When the level of FSH falls, LH is secreted. Luteinizing hormone causes conversion of follicles into corpus luteum. If pregnancy occurs in corpus luteum, secretes the progesterone. Progesterone is responsible for the maintaining the pregnancy. Now second one is the prolactin. Prolactin, or it is also called as the lactogenic hormone. It is polypeptide. The secretion is regulated by the prolactin releasing hormone and prolactin inhibiting hormone. The prolactin releasing hormone are also called as PRH, and prolactin inhibiting hormone called as the PIH, which is dopamine. The prolactin inhibiting hormone has a more dominant effect than the prolactin releasing hormone on exercise, stress, and nipple stimulation. By sucking and sexual intercourse in women increase prolactin secretion. TRH and estrogen also increase prolactin releasing hormone release. Prolactin level is higher at the puberty and decline after the menopause. Its level increase in pregnancy reaching a peak at the time of the delivery. It means function is milk secretion during the lactation. It also helps breast development in the pregnancy. In a rodent, it maintains corpus luteum and its secretion and is also lutotrophic hormone. Its function in male is not known. Third one is the adrenocorticotrophic hormone. It is also called as ACTH. The ACTH controls the secretion of hormone secreted by adrenal cortex. The zona reticularis of adrenal cortex secretes androgen. These androgens and dihydropiandrosterone DHEA and some androstadione, they are weakly androgenic. In female zona reticularis of adrenal cortex also secretes small amount of progesterone and traces of the estrogens. The sex hormones of the adrenal cortex can not substitute for the gonadal sex hormone. Adrenal androgens may contribute to physical growth of girl at puberty. Dear student, now fourth, oxytocin. Oxytocin is secreted by posterior part of the pituitary gland, that is neurohypophysis. It brings contraction of small ducts of mammary gland and milk from the breast. So, contraction of smooth muscle of uterus at the time of delivery of fetus. It helps sperm transportation in genital duct, also help in induction of the labor pain or labor to control. It is also helps to control the uterine hemorrhage after abortion or delivery. It also helps in the milk ejection in the lactation in the lactating woman. Now a thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in the lower part of the neck at the lower of the larynx and upper part of the trachea. It is largest endocrine gland of the body. The average weight of the gland is 15 to 30 gram. The thyroid gland is situated opposite C5 and T1 vertebrae in the anterior neck region. There is some degree of variability in the mass of the gland, particularly between males and female. It is larger in female during the pregnancy and during the lactation. It is enclosed in the capsule which sends septa divides the glands into lobes and lobules. The thyroid gland consists of two lobes connected by narrow bridge isthmus across the ventral surface of trachea. Its arterial supply is mainly derived from the superior and inferior thyroid arteries. It is highly vascularized to facilitate rapid access of the hormone to the bloodstream. When we see the histology of the adrenal gland, the functional unit of the adrenal gland are called follicles. The follicles are separated by interfollicular connective tissue containing the capillaries. Each follicle consists of a single layer of cuboidal cells. The cavity of follicles is filled with a cuboidal protein secretion called thyroglobulin. Another cells are found in the histology preparation of thyroid tissue is parafollicular cells or the C cells. These cells are found. These cells are found in the basal lamina of the follicles and not extend into the lumen. Parafollicular cells are neuroendocrine in function and secrete thyrocalcitonin hormone. These hormones regulate the blood calcium level. The thyroid gland has a rich blood supply from the superior and inferior thyroid arteries. It also has the rich lymphatic system. It is innervated by sympathetic fiber from the cervical ganglia and by the parasympathetic via vagus nerve. This is the structure of thyroid gland. This is the upper structure or anatomy. This is the upper structure of outer anatomy of the thyroid gland. This is the cartilage of the thyroid gland. This is the lobe of thyroid gland, And next one is the isthmus. Isthmus is the rod-like structure. Isthmus is the uh, bridge-like structure present on the lobe of thyroid gland. And this is the tube-like structure, windpipe. It is called as the trachea. This is the anatomy of thyroid gland. Some cells are present inside the uh, uh, thyroid gland. So this is the histology. When we see the histology of thyroid gland, this is the TS of thyroid gland. When we see the histology, so some C cells are present here, nerve fibers are also here. The inner mass or inner mass is called as the colloid. Some capillaries are also here. These are the capillaries, and these are the follicular cells. This is the structure of thyroid gland. What now we should see the reproductive functions of thyroid glands. The thyroid gland secrete three hormones, namely thyroxine, T4, thyronine, T3, and calcitonin. T4 and T3 are collectively known as thyroid hormone. More secretion of thyroid hormone is known as hyperthyroidism, and less secretion is called as the hypothyroidism. The thyroid hormones regulate the metabolic rates of the most of the adult tissue. It does not affect on the lung, gonads, accessory organs, nervous tissues, and skin. Hyperthyroidism in infants result in cretinism. A certain is a sexually immature dwarf with the mentality of an umbilical. Hyperthyroidism appears to daily sexual development in the young male. In female, it impairs the ovaries and causes the menstrual cycle change and become irregular. Recent investigations prove that thyroid hormones are vital for the proper functioning of the male reproductive system, since they modulate the metabolism and development of ovarian, uterine, and placental tissue. Therefore, hypo and hyperthyroidism may result in superfertility or infertility in both women and female animals. Other well-documented skill of menstrual thyroid dysfunctions include menstrual estral irregularity and ovulation, abortion pattern delivery, preeclampsia, intrauterine growth restriction, postpartum thyroiditis, and mental retardedness in the children. The adrenal gland or supraadrenal glands are two flat triangular bodies. In the mammals, the adrenal glands are oval mass embedded in fatty tissues resting near the anterior poles of the kidney. The weight of the gland is about 10 gram in adult. The adrenal gland is composed of outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortex is divided into three layers which secrete 5 steroid hormones, namely dihydro epiandrosterone, androstenedione, corticosteroid, cortisol, and aldosterone. The medulla is responsible for the synthesis of epinephrine and norepinephrine. Now, histology of adrenal gland. The gland is enclosed in a capsule connective tissue which send septa in the cortex. The cortical cells are arranged in three concentric layers. First one is the zona glomerulosa. This is a narrow zone beneath the capsule in which groups of the columnar cells are arranged in the circular or oval pattern. Next, second one is the zona fasciculata. It is the widest of the three zones in which polyhedral cuboidal cells are arranged in the form of tall uh, tall columns separated by the venous sinusoid. Third one is the zona reticularis. It is made up of a irregular network of cells with blood vessels between them. Thank you. We will see in next lecture.